Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Awakening Star. I am the Oracle. Now, I did want to start today just by saying there's going to be a little bit of a change with my YouTube channel. So I'm going to only be doing readings for new moons, full moons, and anything cosmic or seasonal that is happening. Now, this is just because I really want to free up my time to start my new channel, which I want to start which will be channeling messages from the galactic realms, so keep an eye out for that. But having said that, I feel really excited to do this reading today. It's been a little while since the last one, and I feel like it's time, you know. So I'm going to enter into space with some California white sage. Now, I just was picking the cards for the piles, and I love this incense. It's like one of my favorites. If you've been watching my channel for a little while, I've been saying it every time I use it. But it smells different. There's something about it that smells different. And I think that that's what people think about some of my viewers right now. There's something different about you. There's something that maybe you're wearing a different scent, or you're just not what you used to be. And I don't think some people like it. I've also been called to light some tea lights, which I haven't been called to do in any of my readings. I have done in private readings, but not any of my group readings before, so that feels really significant. And I'm super happy about that. I'm also going to light this red candle that I've got here as well. I used this in the Mary Magdalene ceremony that I did, so if you haven't watched that, you might want to go ahead and find that video below in, what's the word I'm looking for? In my back catalogue. And yeah, have a look at that. I'm being called to share that. So this reading today is for the full moon in Pisces. And when I was setting up for this, I just really felt like I had to get into like a meditative state. I really had to just slow down and really think about what I was doing and trying to keep it so simple. There was something about simplicity is key right now. And this new moon, this full moon in Pisces is all about you. It's all about what you want, what direction you want to take, and where you want to take it to the next level with certain situations, certain people, or where you just want to say no. And put a break in something, or put a block on something, or tell someone no, or say I'm done. Yeah, there's a strong message of I'm done for a lot of you with certain things in your life, and it's about time, I'm hearing. Yeah. The Mercury also goes into retrograde on the same day as the full moon, which I do believe is the 10th of September. Please don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's the 10th of September that the full moon is. So just be mindful of that. But I feel like this Mercury retrograde is really going to help this energy of the Pisces full moon and really help declutter your mind. It's all about drawing within. Today I felt really like I just needed to go within self until I made this reading, or till I was setting up for this reading. It was like I spent a lot of time meditating and just being slow and steady and clear within my intentions and my thoughts this morning. It was like, okay, what do I want to do for the rest of the day? Write a list and get it done, you know. So if you're in that energy already, you're in a great space to be in. So take a minute to pick your pile, and I'll go ahead with pile number 1. I'm so sorry. Hello, pile 1, this is your reading. There is a blue theme today with all the cards. All the decks that I picked are blue. So the first card I've got is Tarot and Guidance. The second card is Metatron and Wisdom. Jovial and Liberation. Uriel, Angel of the Flame. Interesting, I've lit the candles for today when you get this card. There's so much about movement, pile 1. I'm sorry. Defenselessness, writing past wrongs and uprooting. Inner Earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. This came up upside down, so the Merkaba and activation, transcendence, ascension, you are rising up. I think that, let's come back to this, and it's really funny, when I was setting up for this reading, all I could envision was this Merkaba in my mind, and I was like, that's going to come up somewhere, I'm sure of it. And I've only just recently got this deck, and I didn't know this card was in there, so I love that for you, Pile 1. If you are watching this pile, you are heavily connected to all the realms and all the beings and all the everythings of the entire universe. And you've really been working in your inner earth, so like your inner landscape. You've been doing all the do's. This is your new beginning, Pile 1, with this full moon in Pisces. You've really been amping up since the last new moon, which I do believe was in Virgo. Yeah. You've done a lot of heart healing in that time, and that's really, really led you in amazing stead for this full moon. It's like you've come into full liberation. With this, you've really been working on your solar plexus chakra as well, so your confidence and how you're wanting to show up in the world. You might see birds of prey in your visions, or you love to meditate with birds of prey. In your meditations, you have a lot of wisdom. Some of you do divinate for yourselves, and yeah, I don't know why you're here, because you're really accurate with that. If you do divinate or read tarot or any type of cards for yourself, the messages that you get, you know, are very true to you and you believe in them. So yeah, thank you for still trusting me to be your reader, but you really don't need me. Pile number 1. Yeah, you've brought a lot of things to the ground with this flame here. Yeah, you were a true alchemist. You knew what needed to go in your life, and you just let it go. You were like, no more I'm sorries. People were trying to come back in for you, and you were like, no, I'm done. 727 on the clock there. I'm done with that situation. I'm done with you. No more I'm sorries. All you're bothered about is movement and action right now, Pile 1, and I'm so pleased for you, and I'm so proud for you. I can really feel your power, you know. It's like you're not putting up with any BS anymore, and this full moon is going to grant you all of the things you've been asking for. And maybe it's not going to be everything that you want, but it's going to be the stepping stone to get what you want, because everything that you're asking for is so worthy of you. But I think because you're so connected to the divine, it's like they want to give you the best. So to receive the best, sometimes that takes a little bit more time than usual. So if you've been putting in work for manifestations, which I do think you have, just be patient a little while longer. Trust in that everything that you've done up until now is correct. Don't second guess yourself now. You've been fighting for such a long time, Pile 1. I really feel that in you. I feel that spark. I feel that that fire in your belly. It's like, yeah, that I've lit these candles for you. Maybe for other piles too, but the candle flames are so poised and on point, and that is you right now. You know the ish, you know your own ish, you sorted your own ish out, and you are not suffering fools any longer. I'm hearing it's like you went for true liberation of the mind, body and soul, and you've got it because you worked so hard to receive it, to achieve it, sorry. And all you had at one point was potentially is a stack of tarot cards and your own intuition and wisdom, but now you have come into this. You're fully immersed in the divine. This Merkaba activation, it's like you're already activated into like the cosmic grid. It's like you are sitting in a Merkaba and you have attached to the cosmic realm. And that's something you can visualize as well. Imagine yourself submerged in a Merkaba and just feel yourself getting locked into the cosmic grid and sending out your manifestations, and then detaching yourself from that said grid and giving thanks on the way back down in terms of gratitude, and you'll receive those manifestations a little bit quicker than you would do in any other practices. Also, using fire will be really beneficial for you. You might be an air sign, if that resonates. But yeah, you've been giving to self, and that is exactly what the divine wanted you to start doing. I think that you had to lay down some foundations for this liberation. So I think you gave a lot. I think you gave away a lot of your inner landscape to others and to help them. But you've gone through such a mass. Yeah, you're just a completely different person, Pile 1. And I feel like some people don't even know what to do with you anymore. It's like they don't know where to look. They don't know what to say to you. They know who you are. They've seen you shine somewhere. Maybe you are on social media platforms. Maybe you're on stage. You're a dancer, singer, performer. Maybe you're just like that. I'm hearing the witch at the end of the street, that people don't dare to knock on their doors. So yeah, maybe you're out here casting spells and people are afraid of you, but you have such a heart of gold. Like any fear that people have, it's fear of themselves. It's not actually of you. It's fear of you seeing the true them, and because they think that they are less than, they feel inferior to you, but they lash out at you instead. Or if they don't lash out, they seemingly want nothing to do with you, but that is because they're afraid of themselves and afraid what you can see of them, because your inner landscape is gorgeous. You are a gorgeous person. You're a gorgeous cosmic being. You are a gorgeous witch. You are a gorgeous conjurer of realms. I'm hearing everything about you is just beautiful, and that's in the least superficial way. There's just something about your heart that is so pure, and that's why you have Archangel Metatron with you and this Merkaba activation. It's like it doesn't get any better than that. The divine have gifted you so much, and if you're not feeling in that space right now, I promise you, after this full moon, or on the day of this full moon, you are going to feel those gifts. You are going to understand why everything happened the way that it did in your lifetime, and you are going to receive the grace of God. It's like, and that feels huge to say out loud, but it's like that is what's coming in for you, because you deserve it. You surrendered. You gave over self to something, to the higher realms, to source, to the angels, to whatever you believe in. You surrendered and you uprooted everything. You've done a lot of work for your ancestors. I always see this as a card of the ancestors. It's like you spoke through the earth. You let Pachamama and Gaia 1313 on the clock there speak through you and to you. You asked the earth what it wanted. You asked Gaia what she wanted and needed from you at some point in your journey, and she spoke through you, and you've been doing that work. You've been doing God's work, I'm hearing. So I don't know what you do, Pile 1, but congratulations, because you're remarkable. Yeah, your energy's so poised. It's like so awake and ready and willing and able and loving and nurturing and so stoic, but in the best possible way. It's like you're stoic with like a whole heap truck of vulnerability. So people, they don't have anything to come at you with. Like people want to tear you down, but they can't. There's no ammunition that they can get on you. It's like they're really trying to find something to bring you down because you make them feel less. And now that's nothing to do with you. That's just a projection of their own self. But they really can't find anything to fault you on. And anything they think they found to fault you on is actually just a fault that they feel within themselves. It's like you are just a diamond, I'm hearing. It's like you are a diamond, and a lot of people see this, and a lot of people do appreciate you, Pile 1. So please don't get the messages twisted, because I think you are still sensitive, although you're very strong. I think you've been feeling like this. You've just been like when's it coming? I've worked so hard. When's it coming? I'm hearing. I think you've just been wanting to feel in your power, and you know your worth. It's like with this heart chakra here, like you've given so much love to yourself, but you were just waiting for your chips to come in. You were waiting for everything to line up because you know that you've been putting in the effort, and you trust yourself, and you trust your guides, and you trust your manifestation skills. So you've just been like, when is it coming? Is it now? And you've been asking for such a long time. You're like, is it coming now, please? Somebody, can you hear me? And you haven't been getting a clear answer. It's like, yeah, and you've been fighting a lot. You've been fighting a lot of previous life battles, and with this card I always see it as past life battles, and you've just been wanting to drink from this this chalice of life. But yeah, maybe you've just been faced with callous people, and you've had to wade through all of that energy, but you've done it with such grace. Pile 1, I literally want to like get on my knees and bow to you. It's like, yeah, people feel like this around you in your energy. They want to take a knee to you. Maybe some of you, a lot of people want to propose to you. They see you as being very fertile, whether you're masculine, feminine, anything in between or around, you know. People want to scoop you up and have you for their own, like, because they just see you as, they see I'm being shown like someone picking up a bowl of soup, and it's the most delicious soup that they've ever seen, smelt and tasted in their life, and they're just like, they just want to smell it and they just want to live in it. Like, people want to live in you, pile 1, in your energy, in your aura, in your presence. It's like, yeah, you just feel like a massive hug from a bowl of soup. Maybe you like bowling for soup. That's such a throwback. Yeah, that's going to be relevant for somebody. But it's like, yeah, you have nothing to fear, and I don't think you're fearing, but you wanted to come to this reading for confirmation, and by golly, you've got it. Honestly, pile 1, I can't stress that enough. It's like, there's no ifs, buts, or maybes here. It's like, just a matter of when. And there's something about September this year. The number 22 is really relevant for me, but there's a lot of people in my life that I really trust and value, and the number 22 is in their life heavily as well, and always has been, whether it's their date of birth or they just see it all the time, or it just speaks to them and through them. So there's something about the 22nd of September. If nothing happens for you significantly in this full moon in Pisces, look out and around for in the 22nd of September. So maybe 2 days before and 2 days after, I'm hearing. Maybe 3 for some of you, but something's going to happen around that time that is going to completely change your life and turn your world upside down in the best possible way. Pile number 1, I think some of you might fear that as soon as I've said that, that sparked a little bit of fear, but know that it is just something that you've been wanting for the longest time, and it's going to show up for you, and it's going to glitter and gold and sparkle and shine and be 1818 on the clock. They're everything that you've ever wished for. So I don't know, I'm hearing this is like a move out of the country. I'm hearing this is a new house, this is a new partner, this is a new life. Like, yeah, so everything's gonna, like, something's gonna be flipped. Like, maybe you're gonna have to flip a house to get this new life, or you're going to have to sell an existing house, or yeah, you're just on your way, pile 1, whatever that means for you. Maybe that's going to be career. I feel like it's going to be everything. If you're not in a relationship, someone's coming in for you and they just want to scoop you up and marry you, like, and that is the message. There's no in between of that. It's like, that's just the message. This person's going to want to marry you, and if they don't know it already, it's going to become very clear to them after spending a small amount of time with you that they want to have you as their own, and that's it, they're done. So if you've been wanting a significant relationship, it's here for you. If you've been wanting stability, it's here for you. If you're looking for a windfall, that is coming in for you, and that's going to be, for some of you, in the most astonishing ways. You're not going to believe your luck, pile 1, but it's not luck, you've earned it. You've been working so hard behind the scenes, and I think that you've had so much faith, and that's what's allowed the divine to spend more time with you, cultivating this absolutely magical future for you, because you've had faith. It's like some people give up, just before the deadline's due. but you were given deadline after deadline after deadline after deadline because they knew that you could handle it. And you've been doing so much work on your inner self, and not just for you but for other people. It's like, this is you, and this is the ring of love that you've been given. All these people around you, all these other starseeds, all these other beings, all these other people. You're just phenomenal. I honestly, like, I want to know you, Pile One, because there's something about you that's very special. Very, very special indeed. And I think you look back to a lot of things, and the things that you've said I'm sorry for, and I think that's what makes you feel like you're not this divine being, because you've made mistakes and you don't like to hurt people. Like I said, you're such a precious soul. You hate the idea of that you've ever hurt anyone. And I think sometimes you've thought that things aren't going to come in for you because you've made mistakes. But it's like the divine are saying, everyone makes mistakes. That's what we're here for. You're just a heart of gold, pile number one. And I think some of you are going to hear this message and you're not going to believe me, but if you, in the next month, please come back and tell me things that have happened for you. Whenever you watch this reading, this is going to be timeless, but this message is so true. And if I'm wrong, tell me. But I know that I'm not. Like, the message from the other realms is like, this is it. There's no ifs or buts or wait a little longer. It's like, it's here for you. It's here for you in the next month. It's here for you directly on the next full moon, or on the 22nd of the next month, if you're watching this in another time frame, at another time, or yeah, the next full moon that's coming in. But I feel like a lot of people might be drawn to this reading randomly, and it might not even be a Pisces like full moon coming up, but you just know that you need this message. And that's such a beautiful message for me to hear, that a lot of people are going to get their manifestations and win. Like, you've won at your own life, pile number one. And that's not to say that you won't go through life without any challenges, but like, you're so wise and you've liberated your mind, body and soul to such a degree that you are just like, you can handle anything. You've got Archangel Uriel and Metatron and Jophiel here for you, and the effing Merkaba. You know, I'm in awe of your energy, and I can feel the dedication of soul. I can feel the dedication of mind, and it's not just this lifetime. You've lived many, many, many lifetimes before, and you've worked that hard in every single life, and that's why you are getting what you deserve this lifetime. And some people, they are not going to know what's hit them, because they are going to see you fly like an eagle, and they are going to be absolutely kicking themselves that they didn't treat you better. I'm hearing they're going to be kicking themselves that they don't get a chance to be in your life anymore. They're going to be kicking themselves that they didn't believe in you, because you are at one with source, with soul, with life, with Gaia, with Pachamama, with the divine realms, with the ETs, with everything, the insects, the humans. You are the embodiment of life, and there's going to be no denying that. Everyone is going to see you win. Pile number one. I think that's been important for you. I think you've had to fight a lot of battles, internal battles with that, because people have tried to tear you down. But I'm telling you, nothing is going to stop you now, because you've worked so hard on your inner resolve that all you can do is win. You are always going to win. No matter what comes up for you, you will still win. For the rest of your life. Well done, pile one. I've never had a message come through so matter of fact. It's like my eyes are wide open. I've got goosebumps. I'm blown away. absolutely blown away by you and your energy, and the whole world is going to see you shine, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, no matter where you walk down the street, you shine, Pile 1. If you don't work with a Merkaba already, please look into that and start working with this Merkaba symbol. That's going to be really beneficial for you. I could sit in your energy all day, Pile 1, but I'm going to leave it there. But there's something about flying like an eagle is going to really resonate with you, and that's what you've been wanting and searching for the longest time, your freedom, and you've got it. So yeah, don't forget Archangel Metatron, Jophiel and Uriel are wanting to work with you. I'm hearing what is it, Winnie the Pooh, 100 Acre Wood. Maybe you love Winnie the Pooh or something like that too. Yeah, that just shows that's how soft you are. You're as fearless as a tiger, but you're as soft as Winnie the Pooh. That's going to be relevant for someone. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your reader, Pile 1, because you really don't need me. Yeah, I appreciate you and the work that you do for this universe, you know, because you're doing really remarkable things. So congratulations. I want to cry for you. I'm elated for you in the energy. Well done. Hello Pile 2, this is your reading. So what have we got? The first card that we've got is Coins and Abundance. The second card that I've got is Hanel and Hope, and that's in reverse. Yeah, you've got quite a lot of reversals actually. You've got the most cards, I think, for out of everyone. This one's come in reverse, but I'm going to flip it around to read it. Guevara, Left Hand in Judgment, that's in reverse. So Guevara and Left Hand in Judgment in reverse. Da'at and Emptiness, and that's also in reverse. Da'at and Emptiness, that's also in reverse. I feel like these two cards have come together in another reading, but there's something about this card that feels very relevant to right now. Things that I've been seeing and visions that I've been having. There's something in this card that's going to really resonate for some starseeds, I think. Star family in reverse. You're part of a team of souls. Call in the support. Okay, I think I know what's going on with you. Pile number 2. A win-win outcome is forecast. A full moon in Libra. I love when this card comes out. It's just energy upon energy. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Heart of Source, all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance and serenity. Okay, I think there's going to be 2 camps in this pile. So give me a minute with your cards and I will see what's coming through. So some of you have been out here trying to get your abundance. That's what you've been mainly manifesting, and you've been hoping and wanting that to come in. And the divine want you to bring it back to source energy. It's like, if all you're manifesting is wealth, what for? To what gain? Why do you want wealth? I feel like you've come out of alignment with your natural energy. You've come out of alignment with connection to the divine, and yeah, you're worried about your finances, pile number 2, and to receive manifestations in abundance. Like, abundance can be not just monetary value, it can be your relationships, it can be your relationship with yourself, with others, connection, it can be acceptance of others, it can be acceptance of self, it can be being able to do what you want to do in a day. Now that's definitely something that I've had to work through. So I had quite a well-paid job, but that came at a price, you know, and I took a massive cut in then deciding to work for myself and do projects that were of my soul, you know, and I had to really dig deep and learn to create abundance elsewhere rather than money. I was really money and career driven for a lot of my life, and it only got me so far. and I realized that it wasn't money that I was after, it was connection. It was, connection and understanding and community and love. I was looking for love, but I thought that I'd find that in wealth. And now a lot of things went into play in that. My upbringing, where I came from, my lineage, my ancestral patterns were coming into that play. So maybe you want to delve a little deeper and understand your money mindset, because I promise you, if you're not connecting to money well, you're not going to manifest monetary value into your life. And you have to be willing to share. I hate when messages come through like this, but there's something in, you're not a team player. Someone in pile 2, a few of you in pile 2, you're wanting to set up your own business, or you already have your own business, but you're not a team player, and that's what's blocking your abundance. It's like, I don't know if you find it difficult to connect to others, but I think a lot of ego needs to be stripped. I think you are running on ego, and that's not to shame you. We've all been there. We all do it still. I still catch myself, and I have to bring it back to self and be like, okay, why am I acting this way? Is it because of what I feel? Fears? Is it ego? My ego is screaming out at me to protect myself. And that's what the ego is. The ego is here to protect you. But it doesn't protect you. It blocks you from others. So if your business isn't doing very well right now, look at collaborating with other people, because that's going to bring you abundance in many different forms. You're going to feel and start to be able to create a community and create that sense of abundance in your heart. And then as soon as you feel that abundance in your heart, that's when the money will come rolling in to you. Pile number 2. I think there's 3 separate trains of thought in this pile. So if you're here pertaining to business, from this day forward of hearing this reading, whenever you watch this reading, start thinking about how you can collaborate with others and how you might be able to give back to others, because I think that you've been looking out for self for quite some time, and now that's not to shame you. I think you've had to, but also now you need to tip those scales and give back to community, give back to others around you. I think people want to get to know you, pile 2, but your walls are so high because you're afraid of being seen, that you're blocking people coming into your life that would be beneficial to you. And I think some people don't know how to read you. You're not that approachable as a person. So you might want to look at having a softer approach to who you are as a person. You might need to get into your divine feminine energy. You might live in your masculine energy, which is completely okay. There has to be a balance, so look into how you can tap into your divine feminine energy, and maybe do some meditations and affirmations of, I'm a soft person, I'm an open and vulnerable person, I feel protected when I'm vulnerable. I think you're afraid to show up authentically. I think you're wearing a mask quite a lot of the time, pile 2. And I'm sorry to hear that, because we do that when we don't feel safe. So think about how you can cultivate a safe space for yourself in your everyday life. How can you make yourself feel safe? I think you've been let down by a lot of people, and that's why you don't feel safe. So I'm really sorry to hear that. And some of it has been karmically connected. This is just something that you've had to go through. I think you've had quite a big loss recently, and you're just confused. I think you're confused as to why everything panned out the way that it did, because I think at one point you thought that you had it all, and that is definitely an energy that I resonated with. The previous life that I was living, at one point I was like, I couldn't ask for more of my life, I had what was seemingly a perfect relationship, an amazing career, I was earning lots of money, I was living, I was living the high life, but there was something about it that was still so empty for me. I wasn't happy. I wasn't at the happiest that I thought I should be, at that point. It was like I'd lined up all of these things of what I thought was going to make me happy, because that's what society tells you, you're stable in a relationship, you earn X amount of money, you have a career, people admire you, you live somewhere that's fun and fashionable, you know. I'd set up all these things for myself, and then when I got there, it was like, yeah, I was in for a shock. It really shook me. I was like, I'm not happy yet. I have it all. So I really had to start thinking about what this all really meant to me. What did I really want out of life? And all the things I was striving for then is nothing that I want right now, is nothing that I'm aiming for right now, is nothing that I live for right now. I honor my time. I honor other people in my life. I honor connectivity and love and heartfelt connection and conversation from people over money and partying at the weekend. You know, it's like I still like to have fun, but I would much rather delve into someone's mind, body and soul with them than go out getting blasted on the weekend, you know. And I was very much that person for a very long time. I was living a very hollow life. And I'm not ashamed to say so. I did have lots of fun, and I met some incredible people in that time, and some dear friends to me still now. So I'm very grateful for every aspect in self that I've lived, you know. But it was a tough lesson to learn, and dragging myself from that, like to tear it all down, just felt like, what am I doing, you know? Why am I doing this? I was like, why aren't I happy? I really beat myself up for not being happy in a space that I thought was going to make me happy. But that was because I wasn't living in alignment with my soul. I was living in alignment with what society told me, the government told me, all these paradigms that we've been given from birth, you know, how to succeed. And all I want to do now is go and sit in the dirt with people and discuss life and their hopes and dreams, and help people achieve their hopes and dreams and their desires, and connect to other realms, you know. That's what I value over everything else, is heartfelt connections and reaching people's mind, body and souls. That is all I care about. But I had to reach that point of realizing my life was hollow, and I think you're coming to that point. Story number 1, lifetime number 1 of pile number 2. I want to give you a hug. Pile 2, storyline, timeline 1. I want to give you a hug, and I want to say that you're going to be absolutely fine, and the fact that you are here watching this reading is because you want help. So ask for it. Ask for help. If you think that I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you're looking to delve into your soul, I can help you connect to yourself and love yourself. If that's something that you're in need of, you know, please do reach out to me. I can feel your heart, and you do have a heart of gold, and that's your abundance right now. Trust yourself and trust that you are a beautiful person. I think you fear that you're not, but you are. You're beautiful inside and out, and that's not just about your looks, even though you are. I think that you're afraid that people won't value you, who you are on the inside, but they will. I think you just have to strip a little bit away of the ego first, and people will start to see the real you. You're loved. Yeah. Maybe tap into Archangel Hanel and ask for hope. Grabbing yourself some garnet would be really beneficial for you as well, if that resonates with you, that timeline. But I'm going to leave it there with you guys. I see you. Okay? I see you. You're going to be just fine. Okay, so with this I've been really drawn to clouds, and so have a lot of people that I know recently, and I think you put yourself in this null and emptiness pile 2 for a reason. It's like you were looking for source to come and guide you, and with this full moon in Pisces, you're going to receive that. You've been sitting in contemplation, you've been asking for guidance from other realms, and you're going to receive that. If you've been looking for your star family, your star tribe, with this full moon, they are coming in for you. They are going to be those that you can trust. They are going to be your ride or dies. For some of you, that's a relationship. You've been calling in a ride or die relationship, and that's coming in for you. You might have come off the back of pile number 1 in disbelief that all those messages were true, and now you're here to pile 2. So that's for you. If you've come from pile number 1, your ride or die is on its way. So don't worry. And all your personal issues are going to come to resolution with this full moon. And I'm hearing you really try to bring balance to a lot of situations, but some things were out of your control, and I think this confused you and upset you, and you've been in a lot of 40 on the clock. There is confirmation. You've been in a lot of pain surrounding why you couldn't fix certain situations, but that was because that wasn't your karma to fix. That was the people involved's karma to fix. It was nothing to do with you. You just got dragged into certain situations, some of you in pile number 2, and you just had to watch things unfold. But because you're such a caring soul, you tried to jump in and help. And I think some of you would consider yourselves to be energy workers or healers in some respect, or divinators. Is that a word? I'm gonna pretend that it is. And you tried to help, but there was nothing you could do. All you had to do was just sit with source, with yourself, with your own unconditional love, and let things unfold. But because you're so caring, you tried to help, and for some of you got burnt, you know. Yeah, you felt the wrath of judgment even though you hadn't done anything wrong, and that's just because it was like you got in the way of something. You weren't supposed to be there at that time for some of you. But you showed up because you care so much. It was like you got suspended in this heartache with some others. It's like, this is you. I'm hearing Cherry Bomb, the song Cherry Bomb. It's like, yeah, you got suspended in this like ruckus around you, and you weren't supposed to be there. You were supposed to be doing all this Zen stuff for yourself, but you really tried to help this situation, and you got caught up in this. So the divine have been protecting you and trying to give you hope, but I think you lost all hope because you couldn't fix certain scenarios. So know that with this full moon coming up in Pisces, you're going to be granted this freedom and this liberation to focus purely on you. All these personal issues are going to come into resolution so you can get to this stage, because you were already supposed to be here and you weren't supposed to get involved. It's like the divine was trying to steer you clear, but yes, this is you. Oh my gosh, wow. Yeah, I love that message. Let me put my tea down. The divine were trying to stop you from turning into this. It's like people were ripping the flesh off your bones and piercing holes in your mind because you were trying to figure out something that you couldn't figure out. It wasn't yours to figure out, but you really wanted to help, when the divine just wanted you to rest and be still and be meditating and be feeling all this gorgeous deliciousness behind this card with all the energies of the clouds and the love, and maybe other ETs and other light beings were coming in for you. And instead of feeling that and this energy of love, you just felt like you were being pulled, ripped apart by all these other people, and that's because you tried to help when it wasn't something you could fix. Now my hat goes off to you, pile 2, because obviously that's such a beautiful soul that you have, but the divine were like, yeah, we just couldn't stop you. Yeah, you have a really strong connection with your guides, even if you don't speak to them or hear them speak. You know, all of us connect in different ways. It's like you receive divine messages really well and really clearly, and you do listen to that calling. Maybe it is in meditations where you receive visions, or in your dreams. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot in the dream time here. Is this that blue moon again? Maybe you like blue moon. That's just confirmation for you that this is your pile. That message comes through every now and again. But yeah, they want you to focus on your heart and what you truly want, and let go of previous notions of I can only achieve if I work really hard. That is something in this next full moon that's coming up. Whenever you watch this reading, that you need to write down and burn away with this next full moon. Give it to Mother Moon to take that notion away from you, because you deserve a life of serenity. So serenity and Zen. Serenity. Like, I'm coining that. I'm going to patent that. So No, it's not yours. Serenity. That is what you're aiming for. That's what your guides are aiming for with you. They want you to reach serenity, a state of zen and serenity. Your star family are coming in for you. Your tribe are coming in for you. Maybe you started to feel this energy already, and you're feeling this energy of hope. You might be called Hope. You might be seeing doves. It would be really beneficial for you to work on your sacral chakra as well, because the more that you can align with self, the more that the divine can bring in situations, people, circumstances for you that align with you too. So as soon as you start to know who you are, this goes for you too, with the timeline of the number 1 that I was talking about there, and this abundance that you're trying to get. The more you know yourself, the more the divine can bring in situations, scenarios, and people for you to help you, because they will know what you want. I think you don't know exactly what it is that you want, and the divine is saying we can give it you, but you have to know what you want. So please get still. If you don't meditate already, if you're my person in pile 1 of pile 2, if you're my this timeline, please start meditating and focusing on your sacral chakra, which is just below the navel. You can literally just sit there and focus in your energy to that chakra point. So pop your left hand in that position and the right hand over the top, because that's like the direct line from the heart space with that left hand there, and just focus in on you and what you really want to achieve in this lifetime, and the divine will bring that in for you in due time. Yeah, there's a lot of soul searching that needs to happen in pile 2, but I think the main message is that you are going to succeed. You are going to have the life that you want, but it's just going to take a little bit of work and effort of your behalf. I think you're at stage 1, some of you, of this new life that you're wanting to lead, and trust me, I've been there, and it was an onslaught for me, and I really hope that it's easier for you, and I'm hearing that it's going to be. So especially if you know me personally, your life is not going to look like mine. I think you've heard me be in a lot of pain, and you've heard of my suffering, and you're like, hell no, I don't want any part of that. But know that everyone's journey is different, you know, and I'm appreciative of every last little bit of pain that I've ever gone through, because I know that it's made me the person that I am today. I'm so grateful for anyone that's ever crossed me or made me upset, or stood as a blockage in front of the things that I wanted, and I had to maneuver those energies, you know, because it made me so strong. And that's what the divine want you to get to too. They want you to get to the heart of source, and for you to be the source of the heart space. They want you to connect to your own heart space and to encompass this unconditional love that you're so craving. I think that's what you want. Yeah, if you're my timeline 1, all you want is love, but you thought it was so many other things, and I was definitely that too. I was looking for love, but I went in search of it just in all the wrong places. I went searching for love in all the wrong places, and I think you've done that too. But the divine wants to guide you. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please do reach out to me, because I think that'll be beneficial for you. But the final timeline that I've got is this. So Star family coming in, timeline 1. Timeline 3, sorry. So star families are coming in for you. You might find out that you are a star seed, and then a win-win outcome is going to come in for you that is going to be really beneficial for you. And because you are working with your star family and connecting to star beings, all your personal issues are going to come into resolution during the next full moon. So not the full moon after this reading, or whenever you watch this reading, not the full moon that is that, because I don't think it's going to be Pisces for some of you. This reading is going to be beneficial for a lot of people time and time again. So the next full moon after the next one is when all your personal issues are going to come into resolution, and you're going to be able to feel this loving unconditional acceptance and serenity from the divine. So be on the lookout for your star family, because I think they're going to come in not in the way that you're expecting. I found out I was a starseed in a very roundabout fashion. I knew I was a starseed, but I didn't know I was a Pleiadian until something really, really quite painful happened to me, and that's how I found out. So don't be afraid of pain, pile number 2, because pain is your asset. My pain has been like my best asset to me this lifetime. every last tear that I've cried, I'm so grateful for, because I've received the exact amount of love and abundance because I shed those tears, because I've been in so much pain. I now feel that exact amount of pain as power. That's something that I mentioned in a Instagram video of mine recently, so if you're watching this in real time, you might want to go back and watch my second to last video, I think it is, from whenever I post this reading. There's power in pain, so accept all the pain that you can shed right now and feel. Yeah, to be able to alchemize pain, you have to feel it, and this is something that I hated to hear. I was like, I've been in such pain for such the longest time in my life. I was like, why do I have to keep drudging up more pain and feel it? And the more that you can face your pain and feel it and truly feel it in your body, that's when you can alchemize it into power. It's like you have to release it. I was someone that felt pain, and then I'd let it come through me, and then I'd stop it, I'd cap it, and I've been doing that my entire life. So when I started to go through my awakening, I had all my life's worth of pain to feel and to release, and it was just, wow, there's so much coming up. I just didn't think it was going to stop. 51 and 11 on the clock there, you know, and it will. I promise you it will. And you will come into this source energy, and you will feel this love for yourself and for others. 51 and 51 and 21 on the clock there, and I promise you, you will receive the love from source. You will receive the guidance from your guardians, your angels, and the Most High. So ask for it. They want to help you, so reach out to me if you would like to work with me in terms of your energy and bring you into an alignment, or if you want me to help you tap into your guides or your star family, please do let me know. But yeah, don't worry, things are going to come into balance. Your personal issues will be resolved in time if you're my timeline number 1 or power number 2, and you will receive this heart of source. Tap into source energy, tap into the archangels, and do some meditations with them, and that will really help you feel that support if you're struggling right now. Pile 2. Thank you, Pile 2. Hello everyone. hello Pile 3, this is your reading. That was you. You're fun, Pile 3. I think that, yeah. Or an observation. You're quite cheeky. Yeah, that's so funny. Meditation with Jophiel here. So full moon in Pisces. You've got a reversal. Aestabus and Angel of Divination. I always see that card as Lilith. I don't know why, but there's something about this Lilith to me. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. I think I've got a split pile again. Jump in. Andromeda energy. Adventure. Say yes to change. You have high Andromeda placements in your previous lifetimes, or you resonate as being an Andromeda starseed. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. That's very interesting. In the earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. That's in reverse, and I'm going to keep it as such just for the meantime. Give me a minute with your cards, Pile 3, and yeah, there's something that needs to be brought to light here. If you have been working on your aura and you've been meditating a lot, know that everything is coming into fruition for you with this new full moon in Pisces. And if you have been feeling the call to meditate and you haven't, please meditate and work on your solar plexus chakra, and that's really going to help you with your aura. It's like your confidence is holding you back at this time for some of you. And you can ask for that of the new moon, of the full moon, sorry. So yeah, write on a piece of paper that you want to surrender your lack of confidence to Mother Moon and ask her to help you and burn it or bury it or submerge it in water. Use the elements, let it blow away in the wind. And you'll receive that that manifestation of release for you, because yeah, there's something about your confidence is holding you back. It's like people feel your lack of confidence with something, and that's what's making them feel like they can't trust you, but you are a trustworthy person. I think this perhaps to do with a new business venture or project you're working on. People feel your fear, so it makes them fear you. So working on your solar plexus will help you portray an air of confidence, which you do have, I'm hearing, Pile 3. So just work on that a little bit more, because I feel like you need to come into stillness to start to understand yourself. I think you've been looking to books to understand yourself, when now you have to go back and start working with life again to understand yourself. You might heavily resonate as an Andromeda energy. You've been looking in all the books to find you, when actually all you need to do to find you is sit with you and sit with whatever you believe in. You might be Buddhist, you might be Catholic, you might be any denominative religion, or you might just live off spirit of life, you know. But sit with self and ask to be shown who you are. Something that I love doing is speaking to my higher self. I will call in my higher self to answer some questions for me, because I trust me, you know. I've got to a point in my life where I do trust myself. I trust my own intuition, I trust my own guidance. So I will go to my highest possible self and say, what should I do right now? And I listen to myself. Now obviously I've spent a lot of time connecting with source, connecting with my guides, stripping away ego, doing lots of shadow dance and inner child work. So if you haven't done any of that, you might want to start delving into those realms, meditating with your inner child, meditating with shadow work, finding workshops on shadow work. I know a few people that work in that realm, so please do reach out to me if you are at a loss, and I can put you in touch with some amazing people. Some of you really need to come back into body, so yoga is going to be really beneficial for you. If you can get to start practicing yoga, that will really help you come back into alignment and embody this air of confidence that you need to exude right now. So with this next full moon in Pisces, you might start to understand yourself a little bit better and which direction you want to take. It's like you're going to be able to see it's not see your faults, but see your weaknesses, and then you're going to be able to alchemize them into your strengths, because you're going to be able to pinpoint where your weaknesses are. Maybe you want to buy yourself some tarot decks. This is something else I mentioned the other day in a video on Instagram. It's like, I really got to know and define myself through reading tarot for myself, because I got my ass handed to me so many times on my tarot cards, and them telling me all the things I needed to release, all the things I needed to gain for my own personal power and strength. So yeah, start to sit with self and believe in self and trust in self, and ask your higher self to show you your true self. Sounds like a riddle, and sometimes it feels like a riddle during that work, but I promise you it's not. You're going to spiral all the way back to self. So the Fibonacci spiral might be beneficial for you to look at, and sacred geometry. But yeah, Lilith here, you are a master of realms, some of you. You might work with portals and with energy. You might be a twin. You might resonate as being in a twin flame scenario, but you're not alone. I think you feel very alone, and this next full moon in Pisces is going to show you just how not alone you are. I think you're going to connect to everything in the universe. It's like, yeah, if you haven't watched Doctor Strange, you might want to watch Doctor Strange, because there's going to be some information in there for you. But it's like you're bringing in all of these aspects of self, of life, of the universe, and you're going to be walking on, you're going to be skimming. It's like you're skimming across the surface of the earth. It's like you're walking on water of the earth. You're going to come into your full power and really understand who you are as a soul, as an entity, and that's because you've jumped right in. I think you might have resonated with Pile 1's energy, but you've done that work already, and you've said yes to change, and you've jumped right in trying to find out who you are, and now you know who you are. Angel number 59 and 33 on there. Yeah, you've jumped into the eye of self, and you know you can answer this. If I asked you over and over again, fill in the blank word, I am blank, you would have an answer every time I ask that, because you know yourself so well, pile number 3. So congratulations on that, because that takes guts, you know, that takes a lot of dedication to self and a lot of hours and yeah, a lot of power, self-reliance and resilience, and you've done it. You keep doing it time and time again. 111 on the clock there. That's amazing confirmation. You just keep coming back to self no matter what happens to you, and the divine want to acknowledge that within you. They want to acknowledge all the power that you have cultivated for yourself. And yeah, for some of you, they want to bring in a new romantic connection, because it's time to receive that balancing of the scales. I think you've been trusting your intuition with this, and you've been working on your inner landscape, your inner earth for a long time. You've been strengthening your own security and laying down foundations. It's like this has been you up here. You've been laying the land, and now you're reaching the secret tunnel that the divine has been kept hidden from you for such a long time. Maybe you've come from pile number 1. And you just wanted to be sure, and this is your confirmation. You've been living up here, but this is what's coming in for you, this hidden passageway, this life that's been hidden from you, but you've laid those foundations, and now it's time to receive. Yeah, but the next full moon that comes in whenever you watch this reading, it might not be the next one, depending how close you are watching it to the full moon that isn't Pisces. So if there's a new full moon coming up, I hope that's not confusing. So the next full moon that's coming up, if you aren't watching this reading in real time, if it's very close to watching this reading, it's not that full moon things are going to come into fruition. It will be the next one. So you'll have like another 4 to 6 weeks potentially to wait. I hate to give time frames, but it feels around that time. Then everything is going to come into balance for you with this Libra energy, and that's because you've trusted your intuition, and you trusted that the divine would lay a path for you. So you kept working and plotting and planting and doing your due diligence. You kept going and jumping in, and you felt alone, but you trusted yourself and you trusted your guides, and you just kept pressing forward. And now it's time to reap those rewards with the next full moon. With the next full moon, sorry. There's something that you made manifest with the previous new moon, so you might want to go back and have a look at your new moon manifestation list. Now, if you don't manifest with the moon and you're in pile 3, please start doing so, or any pile. If you've skipped to this pile and none of this resonates from you apart from tapping into moon energy, please start doing that, because it's so powerful. Manifesting with the moon completely changed my life. I manifested my spiritual journey. I manifested the new life that I'm living now, and I know that my dreams are going to come true because I trust in my guides, in Pachamama, in Gaia, but most importantly in Mama Moon. I feel her so strongly in my heart, in my body, in my mind, in my soul, and I know she's going to grant me the gifts that I want. So trust in that energy too, pile 3. I think you feel such a strong connection to the moon. Yeah, when you go walking in the other realms, you keep being drawn back to Mother Moon, and you're not sure why. So yeah, if you have a portal, or if you work with portals, ask to walk on the moon. That's a very specific message for someone or a couple of you that resonate with working with these like tricky, different parallel timeline-y type entities and scenarios. You might be a Pleiadian. I've never seen this before. This makes me look. This reminds me of the Pleiades star system behind that. So that's very interesting. It's the first time I'm seeing that. Yeah, I've seen the blue here again. So Pleiadian. Yeah, once in a blue moon, something is going to happen for some of you in pile 3, and this is connecting to pile 1. You've watched pile 1 and you were like, just to make sure that I'm in the right pile, this is your message. Something is going to happen and come in for you that happens once in a blue moon, and you're not going to believe your luck, but it's not luck. You worked for it. Pile number 3, pile number 1 / some people in pile number 3 that work with these different timelines and grids, and maybe you do a lot of grid work. It's like, yeah, if you're off to do grid work soon, you're going to receive such a wealth of knowledge, and your life isn't going to look the same because you've chosen to come and do this work for the planet, and you're going to be gifted all of this information for you to share to others, but it's also going to exponentially change your life. 443, and the clock that angel number 443. And I've just seen a cat as I look out my window. So maybe you have cats, you own cats, you love cats, you see cats all the time. That's just confirmation for you that you're in the right pile. Trust yourself, pile 3. Trust yourself to jump in. Trust yourself to jump in and receive too. I think some of you are afraid to receive all this wealth because, yeah, you're afraid that it was never going to happen, but it's coming in for you, and it's because you've earned it. So please receive it in the best possible way. Don't let fear hold you back or make you say no. Accept everything you're being gifted because you can trust in that energy. Yeah, you might be a twin, or yeah, sparks are flying between you and a twin. Maybe you're coming into contact with your twin, whatever that means for you. Yeah, physical connection. You've been in isolation, but now you're coming back into contact with physical connection with someone, and it's going to show you that you're not alone. And yeah, someone's coming in that really loves you, pile 3, pile 1. And if it's not a romantic cycle, it's like they're going to be like a brother or sister to you. You might have come from pile 2 with that star family connection, or they might start off as like a brotherly connection to you. Yeah, I don't know what brotherly specifically. So maybe a divine masculine is on his way to you, and maybe it will be a support service first, I'm hearing. A support service, and then it's going to turn into something really beautiful. But maybe you saw them as a brother for a long time. That is not a blood brother, I'd like to point out, but yeah, maybe you consider them to be a very good friend, and then all of a sudden they're going to turn into a romantic connection for you, but it's just going to feel so right. Now, it's not often that I do romantic connections in my readings. I try and stay clear of it because I don't like to create false hope, but this message is coming through really strongly. So be on the lookout for what's yours. You will know by looking into someone's eyes. You will know that if they are for you or not. It's like the eyes are the windows to the soul. So if someone comes in for you and you're unsure, look them in the eye, because you will know. Your intuition is so on point. You will just know immediately after looking into this person's eyes if they are your next physical connection, if they are your community. If it's not physical connection, if they are your community. Because you do divinate so well, pile 3. Everyone in this pile 3, even if you're this person here that's still working on their aura, you feel this strength of connection to the divine realms. But it's just your lack of confidence that makes people question your connection, because it comes across as you not being capable, but you are. It's just your own fears that's holding you back, because your intuition is very on point and you see through the illusions of life, and you tell people and you give people great information. Maybe you're a tarot reader or something like that. It's like you give really good information, but the way you handle yourself makes people fear you, or makes them not trust in the messages that you give, because you aren't sure. But your intuition is very on point, I'm hearing. So please trust in that energy. Please trust in your own energy, because sparks fly when you're around pile 3 too. Yeah, there's some people that are really cheeky in this pile, and I love that energy. I love your energy. You're very fun. You're very vivacious. You're very effervescent, I'm hearing. You are... Yeah, sparks fly when you're around. You create mischief. Some of you would class yourselves as wizards or witches of some, sorcerers of some kind. You like to play in those realms. And if that's only metaphorical, but for some of you, no, you just play in other realms and you love doing that. Or you're connected to beings that can really bend minds, I'm hearing. Bend realms, you know. If you're not Doctor Strange, you know Doctor Strange. That's so funny. I love that message. Yeah, there's someone connected to you closely. Maybe they're in your star family and they're very cheeky. And they want to help bring in this love for you. I feel like it's already around you. I feel like some of you know who this person is. You know it already. You feel it when you look into their eyes. Or if you don't know this person, or some of you have been afraid that this person isn't coming in for you, and that's only going to resonate for some of you. Again, I don't like to give false hope in these scenarios, but you will know when you next look into this person's eyes if they are for you or not. Angel number 1, 9 and 44 on the clock there. I'm going to leave it there, pile 3, because there's lots of different messages coming through for a lot of people, but this is really important. If you're not Doctor Strange, you know Doctor Strange, and this connection's coming in for you. The spark of intelligence, your Pleiadian family for some of you is coming in for you, so be on the lookout for that. And then, if you're the person that's been jumping in and in again, I think you've come from pile 1. When you look into this person's eyes, you'll know. Angel number 1, 10 and 17. And if you've come from pile number 1, here's your confirmation again. A new romantic cycle begins, and the divine are going to reveal this path for you that's been hidden for the longest time. It's all coming in for you. Angel number 33 on the clock there is confirmation. Congratulations. Now, if none of these messages resonate for you, and I really hope they do, but if you think that someone else should be listening to them, please share my handle and my channel. And if you would like to book in for a personal reading, all my links are in the description below. But apart from that, congratulations everyone in the collective. I love all of those messages, and please don't be disheartened if you're my people that need to do a little bit more work, because if you put in that work, you will receive those beautiful, amazing messages telling you how well you've done, telling you that everything is on its way to you, because it already is. The fact that you want to change, you've already set things in motion to receive, you know, from the divine. So trust in that energy. Angel number 1, 11 and 22 on the clock there is confirmation. Please take care.